Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's. Well, I'm sitting here recording this on Tuesday morning, the day after Liz Truss was voted in as the next Prime Minister. Didn't get in with a stronger majority, I think we were all expecting, 57%. But of course, what was of interest to me about her getting the top job was her pledge to do something about rising energy bills. There's no doubt that there's an energy crisis going on. It's predicted the energy cap is coming off in October. What that means is the energy cap will rise by 80%. So it's not coming off, it's just massively increasing. So people will see a big increase in their bills. It's estimated that if you have an EPC property rating with a D or below, your average bills will go up by £2,700 per year. And if you're in an A to C, only £1,000 per year. Of course, we live in beautiful Tunbridge Wells filled with lovely period properties, so that harsh energy rise looking to affect many people. And Liz Truss has, of course, committed to dealing with that. She said within 7 days, let's see, what she wants to do is put a freeze on rising energy bills. And if energy suppliers are therefore struggling, and to compensate for that freeze, then they can take out government-backed loans to assist them with helping people. Sir Keir Starmer feels that the way that should be paid for would be a windfall tax on the oil and gas companies who are recording enormous profits at the moment. It is huge. And that's, I think, what is so unsettling at the moment, isn't it? There are some people who are really struggling and other companies that are just, counting their coins and their pennies at the moment. So something certainly needs to be done. My energy bills here at my premises on the Pantiles, so £4,000 I paid last year. I'm just on electric. I don't have gas here. Bizarre, I know. And I've locked into a new contract, the best I could get on the market, £12,500 per annum. So going up 3 times for what it was last year. So that's just me in my premises. And I think, how it will affect commercial premises and residential housing is something needs to be done. So let's watch this space. And of course, last week I mentioned who that's most affecting, these rising energy costs and mortgage costs. Are lower income people. Lower income people often rent. So what's going on in the rental sector? Well, there is a reduction in the amount of private rental stock at the moment. The private rental sector has been hit really hard recently. Always a great asset to invest in, both for income and growth. But you now have to pay an extra 3% stamp duty on purchase. You've lost all your mortgage interest rate relief. So you used to be able to offset the cost of your mortgage against the income that you're receiving to get your tax bill down. And they're looking to make things harder for landlords. They're talking about abolishing what's called the Section 21, which is the right to evict a tenant through a no-fault eviction. So a Section 21 means you can reclaim your property even if the tenant's done nothing wrong, because you might want to sell it or things like that. So landlords, they are seeing a reduction, of course, an increase in landlords and people turning their heads into second holiday homes. James, my lovely husband, recorded a vlog on this last week, all about the rise of the accidental landlord and looking at what's going on with the holiday home industry. So that's really interesting on that. But yeah, definitely measures looking to crack down on that. At the moment, you need no planning permission or change. You can have your home as your home and you can then let it out as a holiday let without any change in planning permission. And there are big calls to change that, to address this lack in the fall of private rental stock because of all the punitive measures that I've mentioned, and the increase in the holiday let market, which is just making some towns feel like a ghost town and pricing things out of people's reach who need just a normal long-term let. So lots going on around that as well. But where have the hotspots been for the next year, do they think? So what's really interesting, Get Agent have come up with a piece of research looking at the areas that have underperformed during the pandemic and now are seeing a big growth. Top on that, Epping Forest in Essex was down, underperformed during the pandemic, but price growth over last year of 7.6%. So that's not bad. Other good areas, Inverclyde in Scotland up 7.4% over last year, and Rutland up 7.1%. Sevenoaks in Kent, interestingly cited as doing very, very well during the pandemic and now slipping slightly below average price growth. So it's often what you see when you've had a boom area, prices out of many people's reach. And so then when you've had an area that hasn't done so well, people come in and look to capitalise that and get on that property ladder. Well, there's lots going on in Tunbridge Wells this week. We're all back to school, aren't we? So lots to enjoy. Hawkhurst have got a really good craft fair on Saturday. There's the Pantiles Market going on here over the weekend. And I've got to put a shout out for Mead Fest. It's where my youngest goes to school. I'm a big supporter of the school, both with my own youngest child and in other sponsorship that we do. And thank you to all the fabulous parents throughout the town who have had our lovely boards up. I think they look great, and they're on some really busy roads, aren't they? We don't have many boards up. We only have boards up on about 10% of what we sell, so people often don't realise that we're as big as we are. So thank you to all those parents, and I'm really looking forward to going to Mead Fest this Saturday and enjoying some fun. And a final property to bring to your attention. What about this lovely 4-bedroom house, detached house on Burling Park Avenue? So great if you've got a child that wants to go to the Mead for easy access. It's on at a guide of 1.25. It's really lovely, well presented, really embraces family, open plan living, but lots of space for people to idle to, and the lovely west elevated garden with the most glorious sunset. So if that's of interest, give us a call. I hope you have a lovely week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.